take a run through December 7th through All right, let's take a run through December 7th through December 13th. Some of the ones that I shot over to friends and family. And look at some of the details, maybe. All right. December 7th through December 13th. Let's look at some of my favorites that went to friends and family. So the first one, I love just when the water has this vibe to it where there's no wind, or if there is wind, it's maybe super minimal. So you've got a little bit of texture, a little bit of gradient. Where the sea line's moving, you've got some texture, but it's just this smooth, shape and color, and it's just really a relaxing look to me. Same thing, this is along the side of the boat, so you can see a little bit of the wake, but just super clear, super smooth day. You can actually see pretty deep under the water. These guys are both kind of surfacing. Another one where these guys were actually a little bit deeper, but just a clear day, a nice gradient through the water, a little bit of shape from the wake of the boat or the boat cutting through, but just sort of a relaxing image. Big male sea lion making quite the jump. He ended up landing up there, so it's that's a big animal to be going. I think that water was probably 6 or 7 feet below that lip, so he made a hell of a run at that. Early morning, another early morning shot. I like this one. I enjoy the contrasting, color and the contrasting light. I enjoy sort of the composition where it's balancing the dark and the light. Yeah, this one's relaxing to me as well. I keep using relaxing through this batch. Same concept, a little more facial detail. Along the river, more along the river, just kind of cruising. These guys refuse to fly when I am there. So I try to snap some interesting photos of these American pelicans wherever I can. This one's got some light and some reflections. This next one also has some reflections, which is fun. Maybe not quite as much play with the light. More mornings in La Jolla. I'm always kind of working on that shot. This snowy egret was chasing everybody around. This was a cool thing. I'm gonna show you a bunch of photos of this one. So this osprey, I've never seen this behavior before. I've talked to one naturalist who had and another one who hadn't. I'm not sure whether or not it's common or not, but it wasn't hunting. As you can see, its feet are backwards. It just was dragging its feet, almost like it was cleaning them off, or its claws. And it did it a handful of times, and it stopped and washed its face and then picked back up here. But here's another shot of it. Just the feet are clearly behind it. It's not trying to grab anything. It's not skimming for any purpose, just dragging. Another shot, same concept. Like I said, I'm going to show you a lot of these because I found it so interesting. It just did it over and over. And then this one, super low. I don't know how it didn't end up going into the water with that, but really cool thing to see. And it's one of the joys of getting out there and being involved and seeing some of this stuff. This is a shot from, I went out with Adventure Whale Watching, and we were, working to get them some imagery for their website. And this was the only whale we saw that day. And their other boat didn't get out with us that far. It went back for another group of people or something. But we'd gone all over from Mexico up towards La Jolla. It was kind of a slow day. but I like that shot. It's quite a distance. That shot's obviously 600 millimeters, and then it's probably cropped down as well. Yeah, so then the next day I got out with another boat and we bumped into these two humpback whales. This one had a really interesting behavior. This was the younger one of them. It was a cow-calf, but it wasn't picking its flukes up before it would dive. It was just sort of dragging them along the surface, and that was making an extra long fluke print. You can see here. So I'd never seen anything kind of like it. It was sort of fun to watch, but it would just sort of drag its flukes along and then dive. So some details for Happy Whale. More details for Happy Whale so they can ID these guys. I think this was the mom. And then I was supposed to be out shooting with Adventure Whale Watch, trying to get shots like this the day before on their boats, but managed the next day to grab a couple. So I'm not sure if they made them to their website or what they may have ended up doing with these ones yet. But ironic that we go out and try to get these shots and can't, and then the next day I just happen to bump into them on the water with a whale, and we're able to get some pretty fun shots of their little rib boat and a humpback. Some more stuff that I submit to Happy Whale. Another look from behind of the whale that was dragging its flukes. Just never seen it. I thought it was funny. Some details. More details. Another look at flukes before a dive. And that's it for this week. So if you're interested in any of the photo settings and you're on my blog, go ahead, scroll down. They're all down there. If you're on a video hosting service, I'm going to leave a link to my blog on my website below, and I invite you to come take a look. There's maybe some extra notes and some of the details on the photography setups, so shutter, aperture, ISO, and zoom. And yeah, look forward to seeing you guys again next week when we do this again.